Welcome to English Mastery Daily. Today, we're going to tackle a huge hurdle that a lot of people face on their way to English fluency, those common little mistakes that can cause some big confusion. We're going to break them down and show you exactly how to fix them.
All right, let's jump right in. Just picture this for a second. You're in a conversation, you're getting your ideas out there in English, and you're feeling pretty good about it, you know? Confident.
And then, it happens. You see it, that tiny little pause, that confused look on the native speaker's face. You know you said the words right, so what just happened? It's such a frustrating feeling, and trust me, so many learners go through this. But here is the most important thing I want you to hear today. It's not you. It's not a random mistake, and it says nothing about your English skills. What's happening is you've probably used a very specific, predictable pattern that's super common for Indian English speakers. And the best part? Once we see the pattern, we can change it.
So first up, let's get into what this whole Indian English pattern actually is. We're talking about specific phrases and ways of building sentences that really stand out to native speakers because they're just a little different from standard American or British English.
You see, these patterns don't just come out of nowhere. As you can see here, they have clear causes. Things like directly translating word for word from languages like Hindi or Tamil, or using different grammar rules, or even just being a bit too formal in a casual chat.
Okay, so in our next section, we're going to peel back the layers and look at the single biggest reason these patterns even exist. It really all boils down to one single thing your brain is doing. And this is it. This is the absolute core of the issue. Your brain is thinking the thought in your native language, and then you're trying to be a live translator. But languages aren't just a pile of words you can swap out. They have their own structure, their own music. The real goal is to skip that translation step completely. This example just shows the problem so perfectly. In Hindi, you'd say, "Mera naam Raj hai." If you translate that word for word, you get, "My name Raj is." You can immediately see how the word order is all wrong for English. The goal is to think the thought from the very beginning as "My name is Raj." Okay, now for the fun part, the really practical stuff. We are going to walk through some of the most common mistakes one by one, see why they happen, and I'll give you the correct native version that you can start using literally today. This first one is an absolute classic, and honestly, it can be pretty funny. In Indian English, passing out means you're finishing school, but in American or British English, passing out means you're about to faint. So if you say, "I'm passing out this year," a native speaker might think you have a health problem, not that you're getting your degree. The word you're looking for is always graduate. Here's another one that comes from a direct translation. What is your good name? It comes from a really polite, formal phrase in languages like Hindi. And while the intention is to be respectful, it sounds a little strange in English because, well, we don't have good names and bad names. Just asking, "What is your name?" is simple, direct, and perfectly polite. Oh, the needful. If you've ever worked in an office, you've definitely heard this one. This phrase is like a secret handshake for Indian corporate English. But for a native speaker, it sounds really formal and kind of old-fashioned. Much more natural ways to say this are just, "Can you take care of this?" or "Could you handle this for me?" This is a really important grammar rule. There's a category of verbs called stative verbs, words like understand, know, want, or like. They describe a state of being, not an action. You're either in that state or you're not. So we don't usually use the ing form with them. Instead of saying, "I am not understanding," the correct and natural way is, "I don't understand." Prepositions. Yeah, they can be tricky, right? But this one has a really simple rule to follow. You sit on surfaces, like chairs, benches, or the floor, and you sit in spaces that are enclosed, like cars, rooms, or buses. So it's always sitting on the chair. It's a small word, but it makes a huge difference. Okay, so we've identified the problems, we know why they happen, but how do we fix the root cause? This next section is all about the actual steps you can take to switch your brain from translating mode to thinking mode. This slide right here, this is your roadmap. Step one is just deciding, making that conscious choice to stop translating in your head. Then, you gotta immerse yourself. Listen to how native speakers talk. Read every day so your brain just soaks up the correct sentences. Then you have to practice, write, and most importantly, speak. Over time, all these correct patterns just become second nature. All right, let's wrap all this up and create a super clear action plan. We've got a quick reference guide for you and a simple challenge to get you started putting this into practice right away.
Here it is, your quick reference guide. Think of this as your cheat sheet. Remember, no ing with verbs like know or understand. Drop the good name and the needful. And please say graduating, not passing out. These are some of the biggest impact changes you can make right now.
Now let's make this real. For the next week, I want you to follow this plan. First, really let these ideas sink in. Then, be super honest with yourself. Which of these mistakes do you make? Spend a couple of days just practicing the right way to say them, out loud. And finally, on day 7, record yourself. I promise, when you hear the difference in your own voice, it is so powerful.
And I really want to leave you with this final thought. This has nothing to do with being good or bad at English. You are not bad at English. You are just stuck in the habit of translating. The moment you make that shift from being a translator to being an English thinker, everything changes. Your fluency, your confidence, it will all just skyrocket. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, subscribe and turn on the bell for more lessons. Make that shift today, and I promise you'll be amazed at the results you see.